This is how negotiations work. I can tell him there was a meeting. The people you're negotiating with, if he still thinks that he wants to believe.
Are you saying, Kemi Badenoch, that Jonathon Reynolds believes that you cannot lie straight in bed? Then yes, that's exactly what he's saying. And that's the reason why he asked this question.
Last month, the Secretary of State said at the dispatch box that she could state explicitly that trade talks with Canada had not broken down. However, the Canadian High Commission has since contradicted this in writing, saying neither negotiations nor technical discussions with respect to any of the outstanding issues have occurred since the UK unilaterally broke them off on January 25th. Mr. Speaker, I just want to know who is telling the truth.
Secretary of State.
Mr. Speaker, I'm very happy to expand on what I said last time I was at the dispatch box on this topic, and I will repeat that our engagement with Canada on trade issues has been extensive across multiple government departments covering the FTA, cheese quotas and rules of origins. On 25th of January, the UK confirmed to Canada that we would pause FTA talks on the basis that cheese access had been removed and that Canada had signalled rules of origin provisions would not be extended. This is how negotiations work. I can tell him there was a meeting on the 8th of February between the Foreign Secretary and his Canadian counterpart where the cheese issue was discussed. I myself raised cheese and rules of origin directly with Canadians in Abu Dhabi last week. But what I must say to him is that chasing headlines on the basis of things that he's been told by the people you're negotiating with is not helpful to achieving the outcomes which our businesses, farmers and auto industry want to see.
Jonathon Reynolds.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. That was a lot of words to say. I believe the Canadian High Commission were correct with the answer that they gave. But
Absolutely spot on, Jonathon Reynolds. She is absolutely talking total bunkum, isn't she? Also, the arrogance she showed with the way she answered his question and her over-egging her negotiations showed what a toxic individual she really is. Well, then Jonathon Reynolds asked about the proposed UK carbon border adjustment mechanism and worried about the country being flooded with cheap products like steel, cement and fertiliser, and asked our Kemi Badenough, does she recognise a danger and does she have a plan? Now did our Kemi Badenough leave the first jibe alone?
Mr. Speaker, just on the first point, if he still thinks that he wants to believe Canada before the UK, that is his business. But we, on this side of the House, know who we're working for. We're working for British businesses.
No, of course not. Couldn't help herself, could she? I think the lady doth protest too much. Also, when you're floundering, just go down the patriotic route. Why don't you believe in your country enough? Nonsense. And let's be honest, she's just clearly talking out of her arse, isn't she? But what do you guys think? Let me know down below. I shall bid you farewell. Have a lovely weekend and take care, my friends.